So this is the last review I will be recording in this lovely New Jersey studio, which is actually technically a second bedroom, third bedroom / computer room, whatever the fuck. The next time you see a review from me, who the fuck knows where I'll have it set up. I could have it set up outside in the lovely Florida sun. I could be at a dining room table. I could be at a kitchen counter. I don't fucking know. That said, last beer. This is actually the current last beer in my fridge right now. It's been sitting in my fridge since last year, I think. I think this is a 2015 bottle. Dogfish Head. Higher math. This is one you don't drink all in one sitting. Let's see. Let's describe this with what it says on the bottle. Celebrating our 20 off-centered years with our luscious chocolate cherry birthday cake in liquid form. Yes, liquid form at 17% ABV. When I actually got this, I had bought a 4-pack, not realizing that this was going to be a really fucking expensive beer. I think bottles of this sell for about $10 a pop right now. When I bought this, I walked the 4-pack up to the counter thinking, okay, you know, this might be like, you know, 20, 22 bucks. I think it was like $38. So I've made these last. And since I said this is 17% and it's not the kind of thing you drink all in one sitting, if you're interested in calories, that's somewhere around 500 something calories for the 12 ounce. I am going to pour probably about up to the 3 ounce line on this glass. And because I know that there is not a lot of head on this, I don't even necessarily really need to tilt this all that far. Okay. A little bit of head. Actually more than I expected. Like I said, I've had this before. It's been a while though, and this was the literal last beer in my fridge. The only other thing I have in my beer fridge right now, 2 bottles of two cans of Diet Sunkist, a jar of salsa, let's see, some Bacardi, and some light strawberry daiquiri mix. That's it. I might have one other soda, but nothing else beer related. So check that out there. Kind of see the movement of it. For a 17%, it doesn't come across as thick as you might think it initially would. But the aroma definitely has that air of booziness to it. Very, very sweet booziness. That cherry that's coming across there. Almost kind of like a, I think it's maybe like a liqueur, a brandy, something like that. Oh. I may have gotten the boozy shivers off that. Not a bad thing though. Very strong, but very tasty as it comes through. The booziness is not hidden at all. There is some nice carbonation to it, not a whole lot, more than I would have expected in a 17% beer like this. The second sip, it mellows a little bit more once your tongue gets used to it. But you're definitely getting that fruit, that very tart, very rich cherry kind of flavor. Getting a little bit of that chocolate at the back end there, very much like that the very dense kind of chocolate cake flavor that you might expect. That aroma is just really, really nice. And again, subsequent sips, it mellows out even more, and you're able to really appreciate the flavors as opposed to that high booze content. This is a nice sipper, and as you can see, like the more I get down a little bit, you can see some sort of thickness a bit as it laces on the side of the glass there. I don't know if it's picking up on camera very well. The one beer I would probably compare this most to is Sam Adams Utopias. Utopias, now that's at, depending on the year, what is that at, like 26 or 27%? And there's little to no carbonation left in that one. So a little bit of a different feel to it, but the flavor is very, very similar. That one, I would say maybe possesses a little bit more of a, well, it's going to have more of a boozy kick in the Utopias. maybe a little bit more of a warmth to because of the booze level. Also because that's one that, at least me, I tend to keep that at room temperature, just sitting in its chalice. I still have it sitting back there. That's obviously going with me to Florida. But this one, I wouldn't call it a poor man's Utopias, just a lighter alcohol level Utopias. Still at 17%. The cherry, that is the strongest part of that. And if you ever have one of those really, really dark, tart cherries, especially maybe some that you've seen like something in a pastry or in a really rich homemade pie, something like that. But very, very nice. Is it worth the dollar amount? That's ultimately up to you. If I could go back and only get one bottle instead of getting the full 4-pack, would I do that? Probably. I didn't need 4 bottles. But this last one held on long enough, and it may have actually changed in character a little bit by the time I finally got to do this review. So if you want to check it out, if you can find a bottle, I know there are some still hanging around there. I'm capping this one up to finish up later in little bits and pieces. Dogfish Head, higher math, 17% ABV. If you can find it and you're interested in some boozy craziness, check it out. With that, I will see you guys for the next review, where I will finally be in sunny Florida.